Hello, everybody. We're back for another pod class, and this one deals with Tableau and the use of storyboards inside Tableau. And this is a way for you to look at cohesion across the different visuals that you've created. And so that's what we're going to try and do in this context. So remember, when I'm talking about storyboards, I'm talking about the 6 slides that you've got for the pitch storyline. And so what we have in this example, we'll go back to Michelle's example when we were looking at the Superstore data set. If I go over to her storyboard, you can see how I can set these pieces up and I can link visuals to each of these individual pieces. And that will give you a way to keep cohesion between all the different slides. And so at this point, what we need to think about is creating a new storyboard. So my expectation is you'll again come down to one of these little buttons down here. Remember where we'd used this one previously, which was new dashboard. You move over one and you get, yippee, a new story. So let's move over to the new story piece. And then Michelle's going to take you through a quick tutorial on how to create your storyboard. So with that, have at it.
All right. So now with that new story page up in your Tableau, you are going to start. It kind of looks similar to the dashboard where it's just completely blank to start. But the difference here is you have this add a caption box. So as you notice, there is the drag a sheet here comment. So we're going to start by dragging a sheet. So we will first look at the global sales and profits. So a great way, if you were looking at the Superstore data set and you were trying to present it, kind of with when I mentioned in the dashboard video, looking at the global sales report is a great first step. So when you're looking at this, a good caption for this could be that sales are strong. So we're just going to title that because when you're looking at your story, the different titles for each are going to show up between the two to click them.
Now, one of the pieces about this, in our pitch storyline, we always talk about this first slide as the lay of the land. And that's exactly what Michelle's doing with this one. And she's trying to give us a sense of where our sales are, those kinds of things. And in fact, this is clearly a map that would give us that insight. So you can title these story boxes or points however you want to, but remember the background on each of these. So this would be her lay of the land slide.
So next, we want to add another page. So this is like adding another slide, basically. So up here in your top left, you see new story point. Whether or not you want to duplicate the slide or create a blank one. So what we're going to do is we'll try first off duplicating. So what we're going to do is duplicate it. It's the exact same map. So now you can click something else. So the last one was just furniture, so now we're going to click all and see how profits have changed. So now we can say, you can make another observation as a title. And we can just say, total profits. Oops. So now that's your next page in your storyline. So next we're going to try adding a blank page. So with the blank page, then we can go straight into how about the sales and profit category. So we can look at that. And you can edit these within here, what category you want to look at. And all of these, as you can see, are based off of your previously created Tableau slides. So this one is solely looking at furniture. So you'd have to change the category from your original one to get all of the things. So we're going to select all just so that on our story you can see all of the data for that. So go back to your story and you can see that that's changed. So with that, we're going to add a caption to this one. So we'll say, here's our problem, because I'll show you how to make a comment next. So next,
So for us, this would be our classic hurdle slide.
Yes.
What are we trying to overcome? And so, as Michelle says, what is our problem? And that's the way this particular slide is set up.
So as you can see, looking at this chart, look at profits, and you can see that color is completely showing our problem here. That the tables are dragging down the profitability of the furniture category. So what we want to do is we are going to, so if you right click on your graph, next you'll see an annotate point. Annotate
In the
title.
visual.
Yes.
Yeah.
So under annotate, to the right, there's 3 different options: mark, point, and area. So what we're going to do is add a point. So this is where you'd be typing in the comment and annotation that you want to be seen. So we are going to say tables are dragging down our profits. And click OK. And next you can see that annotation on our graph. So now you can click on it, and that is how you move it. And this one, as I said, was the point option for a comment, for an annotation. So you can have that and have it drag to a specific point so that your comment is tied to the data, so that it is known what you're talking about. Oh, let's drag that back up. Okay. There we go. So now you know that comment is directed towards this tables chart. So now if we wanted to add another story page,
Well, just a second. What if we wanted to just add one that ultimately we'll create in PowerPoint? Just add a blank one here. Don't attach a visual to it, but you could still put in the caption on what you wanted the slide to be, right?
Yeah, completely. You can leave a sheet blank and then have another caption. So it could just be conclusion or anything that you wanted to title it, and then leave it blank.
Okay, so you can put placeholders in to have at it. And then what else were you thinking about?
Another thing that you can do with stories is you can add a complete dashboard. So I'll add the dashboard that we created earlier. So if you just really wanted to sum up what you're talking about and what your visualizations in Tableau helped you find out, that's a great way to use your dashboard within a story.
And so maybe even inside the dashboard, this would be a great place to annotate and set up this idea of what is my conclusion once I'm looking at these 3 things simultaneously.
Exactly. So you can add a comment based off of that and add it on top of your dashboard.
Okay. Well, that's wonderful, and also a requirement for your project. So I trust everybody's very excited about learning that part. So with that, I think we'll conclude our pod classes for today. Thanks again, Michelle, for sitting in and helping everybody get a better handle on how to use additional features of Tableau. And with that, we'll see you again a little later. Bye.